In India, millions of students dream of becoming doctors. For many families, it is more than just an examination, it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that can change their future. Every year, around 2 million students appear for the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test, better known as NEET, which is the country's biggest medical entrance examination. Students spend years preparing, families invest their savings in coaching classes, and many sacrifice everything with the hope of earning a medical seat. This year, however, that dream turned into a nightmare. Soon after the NEET examination was conducted in May, allegations began to surface that the question paper had been leaked before the exam. As investigators started looking into the matter, evidence of irregularities emerged from several states. The controversy quickly grew, and the government eventually cancelled the examination, announcing that all affected students would have to sit for the test again. Around 2 million candidates were impacted by the decision. For many students, the cancellation was devastating. They had already spent months preparing for one of the toughest exams in the country. Now they were being asked to prepare all over again because of failures they believed were not their fault. Parents expressed anger, teachers questioned the examination system, and students said they had lost faith in a process that was supposed to reward hard work and merit.
As frustration spread, social media became the voice of India's younger generation. Students shared emotional videos, personal stories, and messages demanding justice. What started as online criticism soon transformed into a nationwide movement. Thousands of students gathered in Delhi and other major cities, holding peaceful demonstrations and demanding accountability. Protesters argued that the issue was no longer just about one examination. It was about the future of millions of young people and the credibility of India's education system. The protests continued to grow larger with each passing week. Students from different universities, coaching institutes, and professional colleges joined together. Parents, teachers, doctors, and civil society groups also extended their support. Demonstrators demanded strict action against those responsible for the paper leak, stronger laws to prevent examination fraud, and accountability from the country's leadership. Gradually, one demand became louder than all the others. Education Minister Narendra then should resign. The movement gained even more momentum after reports emerged of students suffering severe emotional distress. Reuters reported that several student suicides were linked by families and protest groups to the pressure created by the cancellation and the need to retake the examination. These tragic incidents deeply shocked the nation and intensified public anger. Many protesters said the issue was no longer just about leaked papers, but about the human cost of failures in the education system. As demonstrations intensified, police attempted to disperse protesters in several cities. In New Delhi, authorities used barricades and tear gas as thousands of young people marched toward Parliament. Videos of the confrontations spread rapidly across social media, drawing even greater attention to the movement. Instead of fading away, the protests became one of the biggest youth-led challenges faced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government in recent years. The government initially tried to calm the situation by announcing investigations, promising education reforms, and proposing stronger anti-paper leak laws. Officials said future examinations would become more secure, and agencies began investigating those allegedly involved in the leak. However, many protesters argued that reforms alone were not enough. They believed someone had to accept political responsibility for what had happened. The pressure continued to mount. Opposition political parties also demanded accountability, while student organizations refused to end their demonstrations. Negotiations between protest leaders and government representatives failed to satisfy the movement. Across India, thousands of young people continued to gather peacefully, insisting that their voices be heard. Finally, on July 25, 2026, Education Minister Narendra then announced his resignation. In a public statement, he said he had submitted his resignation to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. His decision came after weeks of nationwide protests and growing political pressure, making it one of the most significant political victories achieved by a youth-led movement during the Modi government's time in office. News of the resignation spread rapidly across the country. Students celebrated in the streets, waving flags, chanting slogans, and embracing one another. Many describe the moment as proof that peaceful democratic protests could influence national politics. Others, however, cautioned that while the resignation was an important step, the real challenge would be rebuilding trust in India's examination system and ensuring that future students would never face a similar crisis again. Today, the paper leak controversy has become much more than an examination scandal. It has sparked a nationwide debate about transparency, accountability, youth unemployment, mental health, and the immense pressure faced by students competing for limited educational opportunities. Whether the promised reforms will restore confidence in India's education system remains to be seen, but one thing is already clear. Millions of young people showed that when they unite around a common cause, their voices can shape the national conversation and bring about significant political change.